Hello, and thank you for taking the time to listen to this message. So, this message is for a quick update just on the energy after this full super moon in the sign of Aries. This is like a halfway point check in from the Aries new moon that we had 6 months ago. So, at this point, when we hit that full super moon, it was like a check in to where we're looking at things, the direction we're taking, how things are going, what's working, what's not, what adjustments need to be made. And we're just going to look into the energy that is showing up for now. So let's see what energies want to show up. This is just this is a message from the Vintage Wisdom Oracle deck. The first message that shows up is peace. Very nice. Yes, this is about recognizing where the peace lies. We have enchantment in here. I'm going to keep this card down here just because. Um, so I feel like there's a lot of mystery, a lot of magic, a lot of really synchronized experiences that are taking place right now. And I feel it's as a result of finding that inner peace, of going within, of really recognizing, accepting, and adjusting to what is working, what is not. First card that comes up is the High Priestess. So trusting your intuition, very strong, showing right up right now. Wow, Judgment on the bottom of the deck, two major arcana cards to begin this out. Fantastic. I feel you've made judgment calls. I feel like you are trusting in your higher self. Something gives me the feels that my little spidey senses are saying to me that someone has learned something about trusting their higher self, their intuition, and knowing better and will do better. I feel like they recognize how to align with that peace and are looking to make adjustments accordingly in order to bring through the mystery, the magic, and I'm a firm believer in miracles. I've experienced them. I've spoken about them many times. And I feel like this is what someone is tapped into right now, where they're really recognizing what their higher self, their intuition is guiding them to do, the action it's guiding them to take, and the peace that comes from within as a result of doing that, which definitely transfers out into the physical realm. So let's keep moving with this energy and see what's showing up. Let's see what energies are showing up for this reading. Oops, here we go. Next card that shows up is the Messenger of Earth. So there, like I said, the physical, right? This is like creating that, like aligning and creating that energy, that vibe of manifesting from the internal. You manifest internally to bring it externally. And I feel like it all starts with you being at peace, you being happy, content, love or loving life, that sort of energy. So let's keep moving and see what other energies want to show up for this. I do feel there is some sort of news or information that's coming in. I kind of feel there's a lot of things that are going to be showing up that are going to feel like, wow, where did this come from? And I feel very mystical, magical energy surrounding it, is however I'm feeling about this. So somebody could have been really working hard for quite a while trying to establish that inner peace, and I feel like it's here. Nine of Fire. So this is interesting because the Nine of Fire typically in every deck shows up as a wounded warrior. I'm seeing this one as someone who is coming out of some sort of conflict, challenge. Could have been in their mind space and their thoughts, their ideas, the information that they were processing or retaining or even being fed, right? I feel like this is an illumination with those stars where they're seeing things differently, where I don't necessarily feel that wounded warrior vibe. I more feel like that rising star vibe where they're rising above all that, whatever it was that was coming out. There's the Three of Water. So, bottom of the deck is the Six of Fire. I'm going to get more clarity on that Three of Water, but already I feel like there was some sort of, I feel like it just gives me the vibe of being emotionally caught up in like an emotional whirlwind, right? That's how I'm feeling when I'm even looking at that, where they could have got caught up in some sort of emotional whirlwind that ultimately I feel became a challenge, right? And I feel now there's this energy that's rising up, like they're rising from that turbulent energy out of that um, typhoon or whatever this was of emotions. First card that comes up to clarify is the Ten of Cups and the chariot. I mean, the chariot card. So with the chariot cards, this one specifically, you can see these are like opposing forces. There's like two horses that are meant to be leading the chariot forward, but these are like going in opposite directions. So I do feel like there was some sort of challenging experience. It's giving me that three of water right there, where there was being caught up in this emotional whirlwind, where things were pulling in two different directions, right? And I do feel that the ultimate direction is this Ten of Cups. This could be within family. This is showing a home and is showing a lot of like pictures and things like that. So it could be within a family dynamic, but ultimately it's about peace, happiness, joy, happily ever after when it comes to the Ten of Cups. And so I do feel like there was something that was trying to, like, someone's intuition was trying to feed them or give them information, help guide them, that sort of energy. I kind of get the feel, I haven't seen it, but I do get the feel where they just didn't listen to their higher self, their intuition, and ultimately got caught up, and it could have been because there was this emotional turbulence that was going on, this being caught up in this emotional whirlwind. I do see at the end of the day where they are moving forward to victory and success with the Six of Fire out of the Seven of Water, which is confusion, illusion, again, that watery energy of emotionally being, this is smoke and mirrors, that emotional energy I was talking about in the Page of Fire. And underneath that card was the Patience. So with the Page of Fire, I feel like they understand now. They've recognized, they've seen something, and now they're making adjustments, taking action. I feel like their main goal is to create this peace from within and ultimately project, or not so much project, but uh, like I feel like their ultimate goal is to find that peace within, and then this gets put into the physical. It goes from that spiritual, it goes internally, and then goes externally to your physical realm. And there's the physical realm, right? When we see the King of Pentacles, this is about stabilizing. I feel, oh, look at this, another stabilizing, very good energy when we see the Empress show up like that. So I feel like there is this energy of someone rising above something. They're rising up and out of some emotional whirlwind, emotional imbalance. Three is not a balanced number. This could have been external influence. Wow, Nine of Swords is showing up. I have done this reading 4 times because don't just because I've had some technical issues going on, but I just want to say this card did show up. As a matter of fact, I had an amazing reading that I just had to, let go of because I couldn't work through the technical issues of it. But anyhow, that Nine of Swords did show up. And in that reading, it was talking about how someone, and look, 9, 9. And it was interesting because in that reading, we had two nines as well. In the other reading, there were two Nine of Swords. And one was showing an angel being surrounded by all these swords, surrounded by all this information, communication, whatever it was trying to surround this angel who was trying to take flight. And like these words or these swords were representing, lies, deception, manipulation, that sort of energy. And I'm feeling that energy in here. And when I did see that, it was interesting because that angel was up here, as and then this one was down here. And I did see that this angel was going to fly free, where this angel I felt like was scared, feeling trapped, bound, stuck. um, by energies surrounding them that they don't necessarily see, right? The sword's energy, you don't always see. It can be thoughts, ideas, communication, information. You don't always see that sort of thing. But I do feel like there was something that was trying to hold someone down, keep somebody stuck. And I did see that that energy was released in that last reading. That cycle was closed out. This showed up prominently in the last reading as well. There is that Five of Wands, and that talks about a lot of chaos and drama, right? Chaos, confusion, drama, that sort of energy, conflict. This could even be competition. And that's how I'm feeling right here with this Three of Waters, right? Like something somehow got stuck. Somebody got stuck. I don't feel permanently, I feel temporarily. Until they awakened, till they went within, till they, did some soul searching, that sort of energy, where they got caught up in something. uh, I feel like it had an external influence. That's just the vibe I'm getting with all of this. And I do feel that at this point, this check-in point, like we started this reading talking about, that this is where that recognition that, no, I'm finding, I'm going within, I'm, uh, having that peace from within, and it's going to manifest externally into the 3D world. I'm not going to be stuck by this sort of energy, lies, deception, manipulation. I'm not going to be trapped by drama and chaos and competition, that sort of energy. There's the King of Water on the bottom of the deck. He did show up in that last reading as well. It was very interesting to see where in the last reading where things were really coming together, and they were all coming together as a result of somebody, really going within, standing their ground, making some adjustments, and choosing, making solid choices and decisions that were for their greater good, not for a flash in the pan, what looked good. There's that moon card energy. There has been something that has been discovered or that has been brought to the light about some sort of betrayal, deception, something that was hidden. I feel like this is something that showed up and, made itself known during that full moon in the sign, or the full super moon in the sign of Aries, right? Because it was whatever it was, it feels like it was something that was blocking. Wow, moon to the tower. Divine intervention came through so that someone could move forward. They're being spiritually guided. They have been awakened. This is the Hanged Man, and he is in reverse, which means someone has been enlightened about a toxic energy. Interesting to see because these cards showed up in that last reading as well. So this is that awakening. That tower came through to cast out these energies that were not serving a greater good. Mars energy right there, I'm seeing. So I do feel like this, full moon may have been quite intense for some people, where they've had this real big awakening as far as what was toxic, who, what they were connected to or felt chained, trapped, and bound to, that was not serving a greater good. It was creating challenges in their life. I was seeing in that other reading where it was bringing financial burdens, baggage, a lot of challenges in the physical realm. And I do feel someone has been woke up to whatever that is. And now they're looking differently. Now they're in this place there, there's Saturn, of learning a lesson, of recognizing what they invest their time, energy, and effort into. There's the Eight of Swords, and not allowing themselves to be stuck, trapped, bound, and caught in a prison. A lot of Gemini energy out here. Uranus is in Gemini. So Uranus is about radical shifts and radical changes. It can be within the mind, it can be with your ideas, it can be within information. But with the energy I'm picking up on right here, this is somebody having learned a very important lesson about what they invest their time, energy, and effort into, and seeing, I feel like it's been a brutal wake up call about the toxic, people, places, things, connections, whatever this is that they've invested in, and, where it has got them. And I feel they're making choices and changes to make things different, right? To align with a different vibrational frequency. We see the page of wands here with the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. And so I am feeling there's going to be some very fast, quick incoming communication or information for some of you who you may not even be recognizing or realizing, the impact or effect or how this has affected you. Whether this be people around you or people, places, and things that you're connected to. But I do feel you're going to have that really quick brought to the light. Wow, whatever the deception was. We've seen the Ten of Swords, we now the Seven of Swords, there's the Knight of Swords. So this is coming in. There is some sort of, and look, with another knight too, right there. I feel there's an authority figure because I see the Emperor with the star card. I feel there's an authority figure who's going to be coming in with some information. This energy that I'm picking up on is this person who is in a position of power. It can be through the law, it can be a boss, it can't, whoever it is, right? It's a person who's in a position of authority. I feel like this person is coming in to bring forth some news, some information that I do feel like is very good for you. However, this resonates with you, or how, whatever part this is for you. I feel like the truth sets you free, and I feel like there has been a wrong that has happened in the past, like some sort of betrayal, a theft. It could have been and it doesn't matter. It could have been a theft of a position that you were meant to have and somebody swiped it out from underneath you. Whatever this betrayal was or theft of something was, it's being exposed. It has been exposed. I feel like the parties involved who were involved in this negative energy, they are already aware of this. I just feel like the person that it affected wasn't. Knight of Wands, another quick moving energy. Bottom of the deck is the Four of Cups. So I am feeling like, I'm not going to be surprised if somebody wants to rush in real quick, lay on the charm, this, that, and the third thing in order to save their own butt or to get somebody to not come down hard on them. I don't feel like that's going to be the case. I feel like someone's going to reject that offer, that opportunity, and say, no, you did the most, right? You did the most. I'm not going to be investing my time, energy, and effort into relationships that I have to watch my back. It's like this person is finally being liberated from some restrictive energy. And I feel like it is a restrictive energy of seeing and being able to seeing the truth is what I'm feeling. Yeah, look, the cycle's closing. It's over. Like this full moon has illuminated something. It is like I feel the moon has brought illumination to something that was hidden, that was a betrayal, a deception, a theft of some sort. And with the sun in the sign of Libra, Libra is all about what's right, fair, and just. That is the justice card, right? It's been something that has been impacting somebody's stability, their security. And I feel like there's going to be a celebration when there's that three of water again in the seven. I feel like this has been something that has impacted, like there's been a lot of smoke and mirrors, and could be a lot of external participation, could have been more than one person involved in it, could have been a group situation that was really trying to do the most with this sabotage. But look what's showing up, and that's that Empress energy. This is where the abundance lies. This is where the abundance goes. There's going to be a lot of quick, fast, incoming information in regards to this, and there will be a choice that needs to be made. And I do feel this choice is going to move someone forward towards a new direction, is the way I'm feeling with all of this energy as this cycle closes out. I do feel a lot of it happening all at one time. So, if this is, wherever you sit in this, if this resonates with you, don't be surprised by this being like, I just feel overwhelmed with shock in what really took place, clarity. Then there's that new two major arcana cards coming out. Look at this. I'm leaving this reading at this because this is just too, oh, that was too good. And I threw it back in there. So I do feel this is a blessing that's coming in, that's breaking liberating you from the blocks and challenges that were in your way. And I don't feel like these were just, oh, life happens, things happen, yada yada. I don't feel like it was that. I feel like it was an intentional disruption to what was for you, for something that was meant for you, something you were supposed to be aligned with. Sorry. That you were supposed to achieve with your 10 of Pentacles. I feel like this is where you're going to rise above this, and you are going to get that stability and security after this lies, the deception, the manipulation gets exposed. I feel like it has been exposed. There's just this vibe that's telling me you haven't seen it yet. Like the person that it has happened to, has not seen this yet. There's a lot of mystery and a lot of magic taking place. There's a lot of peace that is heading your way if it isn't here already. I kind of get the vibe that it is here. I get the vibe that you're at peace no matter what. You know what you know without knowing how you know it, and you're okay with that. And I do feel like because you've just surrendered it, right? You've surrendered, like, ever getting proof, validation, or accountability. You've just surrendered it, and now all of that is showing up and coming in for you. I hope this resonates with you. I thank you all for joining me today, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Have a great day.